Hi guys! It looks like you enjoy real-life true stories. So I've got a few for you today. These aren't made-up ghost stories. These are true experiences shared by the very people who lived them, moments where they faced the unexplainable, the supernatural, or simply things that made them doubt their own sanity. Turn off the lights, because the things that are truly terrifying are the things that actually happened. Let's start right now.
1. Coraline.
We all watch cartoons, right? You probably know the animated film Coraline. It's pretty creepy, but what's even more chilling is that this story is based on a real event. Let's explore what actually happened in that house.
Tim Burton's Coraline is based off of a true story, and no one wants to talk about what actually happened, so let's get into it. In 1992, there was a house in Hampshire, England, where an entire family went missing. For weeks, nobody knew what happened until investigators uncovered something deeply unsettling in the basement. Several rusted knives, a jar of black buttons, and a used needle and thread, all scattered next to a child-sized door that was built into the wall. Now, the Jones family had just moved in a week prior, and their 10-year-old daughter, Caroline, was the first to find the door. According to neighbors, she had been obsessed with it. She said that she heard whispering coming from behind it at night, and locals had warned the family about a small cult that used to operate within the area, a group that was rumored to worship a spider-like mother who could grant wishes for a price. The Joneses just brushed it off as small-town folklore, right? Now, when the family stopped showing up to school and to work, a welfare check was done. And what police found there was something out of a nightmare. Hidden behind the false wall that was connected to the little door were the remains of the 3 members of the family, with their eyes crudely stitched over with black buttons. And Caroline's diary was retrieved. The drawings inside depicted a tall woman with button eyes and long clawed hands that would reach out from the walls. Shortly after, rumors started spreading that allegedly the studio purchased the rights to this story, supposedly to adapt it into a more palatable story for children. Supposedly, crew members even started reporting strange phenomena during the production. Dark silhouettes that were in their frame-by-frame footage. Missing props that reappeared in the shape of buttons. One artist allegedly quit because he kept having recurring dreams about a spider-like woman whispering his name. And here's the craziest part about this. None of what I just said was true. Nothing. Like, not a single word of it was true. Every single aspect to what I had said from the beginning of the video to right now is completely untrue. And that is exactly the problem. Today, it does not take truth to sound convincing. It takes confidence, a calm voice, a creepy tone, a caption that says, they don't want you to know this. And that's why media literacy matters. Oh my God, it matters so much. When we stop asking where stories come from or who benefits from when we believe them, we will believe anything. That's how fiction becomes folklore, and folklore becomes fact. Never trust anything that you read on the internet on its face. Always go and do your research. Even if it's someone that you trust, that you think is credible, always go back and do your research. The moment that you stop thinking for yourself, we're doomed.
This story hasn't been officially confirmed, but do you believe it? I do. After all, anything can happen in real life. Even a shark biting an internet cable. Stay safe, everyone.
2. Hinterkaifeck.
Today, I'm going to tell you one of the most terrifying true stories in history, starting in 1921 inches Germany. What if one day you discovered mysterious footprints leading into your house, but absolutely no footprints leading out? What really happened?
You're about to hear one of the most disturbing true stories on the internet. In 1921, a German farmer woke up to find a deep set of footprints leading from the forest right up to his back door. Whoever had come to his house had not left yet. After making sure it wasn't just his family, he searched everywhere on his property and his house everywhere, and he could not determine who made the prints or where they went. A few weeks later, his maid abruptly quit, saying that every time she's alone in the house, she hears demonic voices in the attic. Shortly thereafter, he and his family start to hear the voices too. When no one's heard from them in a couple days, the neighbors go over to check and they find them in the barn. One by one, each of the family members made their way down to the barn where they were systematically murdered and stacked in the corner. To this day, no one knows who or what is responsible for this crime.
Do you believe in unsolved mysteries? This case makes me believe that some horrors are still lurking out there. And those ghostly voices aren't just the wind. Always be vigilant and remember, not every mystery has an answer.
3. Riker Webb.
We all know stories about missing children, but the case of Riker Webb is a true mystery that sends shivers down your spine. In 2021, this little boy suddenly vanished in the freezing Montana woods. After 2 days of frantic searching, Riker was found 2 miles from home. But what happened during that time?
You know that kid that went viral for his before and after pics because everyone thought he got cloned?
Yeah.
He's 3 years old. Riker Rep. He was in his backyard playing with his dog and then he got lost for 2 days.
Yeah.
And imagine you're 3 years old, you get lost in the forest, surviving 2 days, it's GG's. So they sent the whole search team. They found him, but he was 2 miles from originally where he was.
Oh, word?
When they found him, he was wearing different clothes. They found him in a shed.
Why does he look like that now?
This is when he just found him, and this is when
Okay,
he
that
got
makes
lost.
sense though. Bro is in the wilderness. He's probably raised by the wolves.
2 days without water or food. Like, you're 3 years old. You're not going hunting.
We see Tarzan.
Oh, bro.
In my head, that's why I would believe it. But the conspiracy, definitely, that's not him.
Yeah, it's not him. He found it with different clothes. How do you explain that? In my mind, there's no way this kid survived.
I saw a house in the woods. Someone came and asked me to go with them. Those were the words Riker spoke. Scary, right? Where did the boy go? Who was the person who let him go? Although this story seems hard to believe, anything can happen in real life. Be careful of what lurks in the deep woods. Stay safe.
4. 13 children chained by their parent.
Do you believe in the perfect family? To the neighbors, the Turpin family in California looked exemplary. Loving parents, lots of children. But behind the doors of that house was a living hell. Today, we're uncovering the secret behind one of the most globally shocking abuse cases.
These 2 parents in California chained their 13 children inside their own home for years, starving them in secret until a 17-year-old escaped. Their names were Tommy Harrington, 57 years old, and Gwen Harrington, 49. To neighbors, they looked like loving parents, but inside their Paris home was a nightmare. 13 siblings ages 5 to 29 were locked away. Many were shackled to their beds. They were denied food, denied sunlight, forced to live in filth. Some were so starved, police thought grown adults were children. In January 2018, everything changed. A 17-year-old son climbed out of a window, found a discarded phone, snapped photos as proof, and called 911. His voice shook as he told police, "My parents are abusing us." When officers entered the house, they froze. Children chained to beds, the stench of human waste, starving faces staring back. The siblings had been hidden for years. They had never been to school, never seen a doctor, never known freedom. Tommy and Gwen Harrington were arrested immediately. In court, their children described lives of captivity and torment. In 2019, both parents were sentenced to life in prison. The case shocked the globe. The world called it a house of horrors. And one haunting question remained.
It's hard to believe that parents could act so cruelly. This incident always makes me wonder. For so many years, why did no one notice anything unusual? Always pay attention to what's happening behind your neighbor's doors. I hope you have a happy family, and if not, please grow up to be good parents. Stay safe.
5. Elizabeth Scott.
Today, we're diving into the story of a woman dubbed the wickedest person ever to live. Her name was Elizabeth Scott, born in 1923 inches, a small Iowa town. She looked like a gentle, simple widow who spoke softly, but hidden behind that appearance was a chilling secret.
Was the most evil woman to ever live. Her name was Elizabeth Scott. She was born in 1923 in a small town in Iowa. To everyone, she seemed like a quiet widow. She had a little farm and spoke with a soft, kind voice. But between 1950 and 1971, at least 17 people went missing near her land. Hitchhikers, traveling salesmen, even a police officer just vanished. Nobody thought it could be Liza. The police believed wild animals or accidents by the river were to blame. But everything changed in 1972 when her barn caught on fire. Firefighters broke down a sealed wall inside, and what they saw was terrifying. 5 metal chairs bolted to the ground with straps for arms and legs, a rusty sink with dried blood in the drain, shelves of glass jars filled with fingers and other body parts. When the police arrested her, Lisa didn't even look scared. She smiled and said, "I gave them a home, and they gave me company." She passed away 5 years later in her jail cell, but the worst part, only 7 victims were ever found. Linda had a notebook. Inside were 17 names, each one crossed out. No one ever found the rest.
Although Elizabeth died in prison 5 years later, the horror remains. Police only found 7 victims, but her notebook listed 17 names crossed out. Where are the remaining 10 victims? Do you think she might have eaten them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
6. The giant spiders.
This is a chilling tale about a man named Roy, a moonshiner who needed to find a very secret place to hide his still. He sought advice from a local Native American man, who warned him about a forbidden area.
There was this tribal policeman who took care of this older gentleman on the reservation. And he said, this old man lived alone with his dog, and he couldn't see very well. he had lost his sight. And so every 2 weeks or so, he would come and check on him and see if he needed anything. Well, one day he gets a phone call from this man, and the older gentleman goes on to say, like, something is wrong with my dog. He disappeared for 2 days. He came back. He said all night long, I could hear him scurrying up and down the hallway and around the house, and he's just been acting really erratic. And so this tribal policeman was like, you know, do you want me to come and check it out, or like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I guess it's just the dog has just been acting really strange. So he called him about 2 or 3 more times and told him the same exact thing, like something is wrong with my dog. So the tribal policeman, you know, was kind of worried about him. He decides one day to go check on him. So he drives out to his place and he goes up to the door. He knocks. There's no answer. He sees that the door is slightly open, so he opens it and is like, hello, you know, are you okay? Like, hello? He doesn't hear a response. So he walks inside. As he's walking in the front room, he hears a scurrying sound. And then he hears it again. And then a third time. And he said it sounded like a very large dog. So he thought maybe it was the man's dog. So he starts calling for this old man. Hey, where are you? Like, are you okay? You know, respond back to me. But he doesn't get a response. He then proceeds to go into the bedroom. And when he opens the bedroom door, there is this old man sitting in the chair, rotting away, covered in spiderwebs. And he said that's when he heard it again, scurrying. And he said out of the corner of his eye, in the kitchen, he sees this spider that was black with orange spots on its back. And he said it was the size of a good large dog. And he ran and got out of the place. And he said, you know, he figured it out that this man must have, like, his dog must have gotten eaten by this thing. But the old man thought this spider was his dog and, like, let it in. And he probably was petting it and, like, sleeping with it, not realizing that this was some giant spider.
Roy's story proved that not every bad thing is a person. It makes me believe that there are forbidden lands that human curiosity should never touch. Do you believe in curses? Always heed the warnings and remember, stay safe. What would you do if you encountered a big spider? Let's check out everyone's reaction.
Spider.
There's something on the window. Don't.
Time travel.
Do you believe in time travel? Many people think it's just science fiction, but today, I'm going to show you the only and most terrifying evidence of its existence. It all started in 1923, when Egyptian archaeologists opened a sealed ancient tomb. Inside, they found an object that defied all logic.
This is the only proof we have of time travel, and it's absolutely terrifying. In 1923, archaeologists uncovered a sealed tomb in Egypt. Inside, they found something that defied logic. A photograph dated 1987. It showed a man in modern clothing standing in front of the tomb, holding a camera. The man was identified as Elon Huck, a scientist who vanished in 1987 while working on a top-secret government project called Kronos. The project's goal? To unlock time travel. But it was shut down after Huck disappeared without a trace. The photograph had a chilling message scrawled on the back. I tried to stop it, but the loop is inevitable. Years later, in 1980, another photograph surfaced. This one showed Elon Huck, now decades older, standing in front of the same tomb. The date on the photo? 2025. Experts were stunned. How could a man exist in 3 different timelines? And what did he mean by the loop is inevitable? The final clue was found in Huck's 1987 lab notes. He wrote, "Time isn't linear, it's a loop, and I'm trapped in it." But here's the twist. In 2023, a team of researchers decided to open the tomb again. Inside, they found a camera, the same one from the photographs. When they developed the film, it showed a picture of them, standing in the tomb, dated 2045.
Guys, be careful what you try to find in the past. These clues make me believe that Elon Huck didn't fail at all, but got stuck. What was that loop? And what happened when a research team reopened the tomb in 2023 and found a camera, which contained a photo of themselves taken in 2045? Clearly, we are facing an inescapable chain of events. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow so I can keep protecting you from these creepy mysteries. Thanks for watching, my dear friends. See you in the next video. Bye.